A sales plan, customer transcript, source file, or contract can leave your company in less than a minute. No malware is required. An employee finds a useful AI tool, accepts the defaults, and pastes in the work. The productivity win is immediate. The data path, retention terms, plugins, and downstream access may be invisible. That is shadow AI. We will replay one realistic workflow in a safe local lab and trace 5 hidden handoffs: identity, upload, retention, connected services, and output sharing. Then we will build a practical control plan that discovers unsanctioned use, protects sensitive data, gives employees approved alternatives, and measures whether the safer workflow is actually adopted. Our lab uses a fictional launch plan containing invented customer names, pricing, dates, and internal notes. A mock browser sends it to a local fake AI endpoint. The endpoint records headers, fields, attachments, connector requests, retention choices, and sharing events. Nothing reaches a real vendor, model, cloud service, or employee account. Shadow AI is not limited to suspicious websites. It includes legitimate consumer AI used with a personal account, browser extensions that process page content, meeting bots added without review, code assistants connected to repositories, and AI features quietly enabled inside existing software. The defining problem is missing visibility and governance around the data flow. The employee signs in with a personal identity. The company cannot enforce single sign-on, multi-factor policy, session lifetime, access review, legal hold, or offboarding. Even if the tool is secure, the organization cannot prove who controls the account, which workspace owns the data, or whether access ends when the employee leaves. A prompt is not just a question. It can carry personal data, confidential strategy, credentials, source code, contract language, document metadata, and hidden spreadsheet cells. Uploading the synthetic launch plan crosses an organizational boundary. The right security question is not whether the model can answer, it is whether this data is allowed to go to this processor for this purpose. The fake service shows why one delete button is not enough. The active conversation, security logs, support records, backups, and derived evaluation data may have different retention rules. Consumer and enterprise plans may differ. Teams need evidence for purpose, retention, training use, subprocessors, deletion, and incident notification before sensitive work is authorized. Then the tool offers a helpful connector. One click may grant ongoing access to folders, mailboxes, meetings, repositories, or chat history. The risk is no longer one pasted document. It is the scope, duration, background synchronization, service identity, downstream permissions, and whether revocation actually stops cached or copied data from being used. The model output may reproduce sensitive details or create a plausible false claim. The employee shares a public link, pastes the summary into a broad channel, or uses it in a customer-facing document. Governance must follow both the input and the output. Blocking one upload does not control where derived content goes next. Discovery should be proportional and transparent. Inventory AI features in approved SaaS, browser extensions, OAuth grants, expense records, DNS or proxy categories, and enterprise identity logs. Provide a simple way for employees to report useful tools. Avoid secret surveillance of prompt content. Define what telemetry is collected, why, who may access it, and how long it is retained. Put the decision before the data leaves. Classify content as public, internal, confidential, or regulated. Apply deterministic checks for secrets, identifiers, source repositories, legal documents, and protected records. Allow low-risk use where policy permits, warn or redact when context matters, and block prohibited transfers with a clear explanation and an approved alternative. Review the precise service configuration. Document data categories, processing purpose, retention, training settings, deletion, encryption, tenant isolation, identity controls, audit logs, administrator access, connector scopes, subprocessors, data regions, incident notification, export, and exit. A vendor's enterprise plan does not automatically cover a free account or a newly enabled feature. A ban without a usable replacement moves work underground. Give teams an approved workspace with the capabilities they need, task-specific guidance, safe prompt templates, and a fast review path for new use cases. Explain which data is permitted and why. Measure time to access, successful task completion, and false blocks, not only policy violations. When shadow AI is found, avoid public blame. Preserve the minimum evidence, stop risky access, revoke OAuth grants, rotate exposed secrets, ask the provider about deletion, identify affected data and obligations, and record decisions. Then fix the reason the employee chose the tool. A punitive response can destroy the reporting signal you need most. Track known AI services, owners, data classes, active OAuth grants, review status, Risky transfers prevented, deletion requests, approved tool adoption, exception turnaround, and user-reported use cases. Pair control metrics with business outcomes. The program succeeds when useful work moves into governed channels, not when alert volume merely falls. Choose one common task such as summarizing meetings, rewriting contracts, analyzing spreadsheets, or reviewing code. Trace identity, input, retention, connectors, and output sharing. Decide which data is allowed, collect vendor evidence, and provide a governed alternative. The complete worksheet and response checklist are on CipherVibe.